Hey, puppy. What you doing, buddy? Here's a good dog, you're a good dog. You old fart. Alright, what's happening, guys? Chief J here. I've had a couple people ask me about this, so I figured I would make a video about my gear post-wreck. Like how the gear held up and all that kind of stuff. And also, I guess, the importance of wearing your gear. Because seriously, that shit's important. So yeah, let's just kind of jump right into it, and I'll show you guys, you know, what happened, how everything held up, what I recommended. Backlighting's terrible here, but whatever. Yeah, so let's get to it. Damn, am I that pale? I really need to get some sun. So I want to mention that I was not wearing the best gear for the kind of riding we were doing. I was wearing my commuter gear, and yes, I probably should have brought better gear out there, but I was trying to pack everything into a carry-on, you know, flying lightly and all that. And I just, you know, I had to make some decisions. So, without further ado, let's look at the gear. Let's get this out of the way. The gloves are fine. These Joe Rocket, whatever they are, I don't remember. But my hands never really hit the ground, so they're fine. Live to ride another day, which I'm happy about because these gloves fit me really well and they're really comfortable, so that's good. Footwear. I was wearing these Speed and Strength Moto Mercenary shoes. This is not the shoe that I crashed in. This was my other foot, my right foot. So this is what the shoe should look like. And this is the foot that got dragged under the bike. Looks pretty good, doesn't it? Really, aside from like scuffing a little bit over here and on the outside as well, obviously, the only real way that you can even see anything happen is the logo over here is like torn halfway off. So these shoes held up really well, better than I expected, honestly, considering they had a bike on top of them. Next up, the pants. I was wearing the Built Ironworks jeans, this exact pair right here. And these held up really well also. They're Kevlar lined in the ass, hips, and knees. This tore a little bit right here, and then there's more damage going down the leg. I don't have the armor in them right now, which is why they look kind of saggy, but here's the knee that tore open, and that's how I got a little bit of road rash in my knee. And then the leg, all the part that was dragged under the bike just has these little pock marks. So that held up really well also. And keep in mind, these sections of the pants right here where these little holes happened don't have any Kevlar reinforcement. So yeah, that held up pretty well. They did have knee armor in, which helped. This is not the exact plate, but it was one just like this. So yeah, it's C-rated, like the flexible foam knee armor. It's not the best, but it did its job pretty well. And I mean, really, the way that this covers the knee, the part that got scraped was like on the side of my knee, on the outside of my left knee, so the armor couldn't have really stopped that anyways. Moving on, we have the jacket, which definitely sustained the most damage. So it is the Icon Hooligan mesh jersey, and it looks pretty okay from the front like this, but when you look at it closer, you'll see what got messed up. So there's the collar all torn up over here, and then as I rotate this around, I don't have any of the armor in this thing either, except for the elbow armor. But yeah, there's kind of the side of the shoulder, and then the back, which is what got the brunt of the slide, and that whole section is just all chewed up. And on the inside, basically it's the same story. That's the inside of the shoulder there. That's all torn up. That's the armor pocket and all that. Now I do actually have the exact piece of shoulder armor I was in that I slid on, which is this right here, the Icon, the older non-D3O Icon CE armor. And you'll notice it's not very damaged because while I'm happy about how the jacket held up, the armor shifted. The shoulder armor, when I hit, basically just kind of moved over like that, so I just slid on my bare shoulder, which is why my shoulder got really like jacked up initially after the crash, and I couldn't lift it much beyond this. But I mean, I knew that buying the jacket, it's a loose fitting, like very high airflow jacket, and it's just not going to offer as much protection as other options, you know. So, but all things considered, I'm very happy with how it performed. Also, my left arm that slid, which I do have the armor piece in for that. The jacket sustained a little bit of damage right here, and just kind of all along here where my forearm slid. Right there, that tore open a little bit. But all in all, for being a lightweight, loose-fitting mesh jacket, it held up way better than I would have expected, so I'm happy about that. Here's the back plate I had in. It is a Nox, it's not Icon, this is a Nox CE back plate. And it did its job. I mean, I didn't really hit my back that hard, but you can see over here, which would have been the part that was over my left shoulder that slid, you can see that it got a little bit chewed up there, but nothing major, no big deal there. Next up, we have this, which I was wearing underneath the jacket, which is one of those freeze out thermal layers. And this is how you can see that the jacket kind of tore through and this got some road rash. So this is the collar area there. You can see there's just Swiss cheese holes all the way through it. It's just all torn up here. So that was the part that was kind of here on me. Before I get to my helmet, my Cena was on my helmet. If you watch the crash video, you saw it kind of dangling. Like I guess the second it hit, the whole assembly, including the clamp and the microphone and everything, just ripped out of the helmet, and it was only being held in by the speaker wires, which go to each side and wrap around the interior liner of the helmet. So this is the Cena. That focuses. You can see it kind of got scratched on the jog wheel all over here. But yeah, it still works, which means I don't get an excuse to buy a 20S. Hey, you wanna be in the video? Come here. Oh, you wanna be in the video too, don't you? Say hi to the internet, Ollie. Okay, now you wanna get down? Alright, go. Alright, finally, my helmet. The thing that I totally didn't hit. Now I don't want to make it sound like I hit it that hard, because I know people that have like cracked their helmets open on impact, and I mean mine was really just a glancing blow, but it was enough to mildly concuss me and, you know, leave me a bit dazed and confused. So it was my signature, within my logo and everything, my Icon Armada Elemental. It's retired now because, let me show you. Aside from the visor system kind of not working well now because it took an impact to that. This is where I hit. You can see there's scratches all over here, a little bit over here, and it's gonna be kind of hard to tell from the video, but they're like fairly deep, like it's rutted in. I'm like looking all up at the monitor over here, but yeah, and then there's this scratch right here. And then I don't know if I'm gonna be able to show you guys this, but because I took all of the liner out to take the Cena out and everything and transition everything over to the new helmet, and the EPS foam on the inside right here where it hit, it like just cracked, and it's kind of, you can see that it's kind of pushed in and compressed. So it served me well, but the old Armada is done. So now it is on the wall of helmets that I've broken and can't use anymore. along with my old variant. So yeah, that's about it. That's all the gear I crashed in. No, wait, it's not. As you might notice, I'm wearing my AZMM 2017 shirt. Thank you to Timages and Mrs. Timages for that. And this is what I was wearing underneath the thermal layer. And fortunately, because this is a very special shirt to me, it basically survived almost unscathed. Except for, let's see, that right there. Little hole right here in the sleeve. But you know what? Now it's got a hell of a story. So, let me lose some. Anyways, that's it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed taking a look at my gear and, you know, maybe learning a little bit of a lesson. Because I know I sure did. Don't be a squid. Wear your gear. And preferably the best gear you can. And it's probably a good idea to wear gear that's appropriate for the type of riding you're doing. Because I probably would have been even better off if I was. But, again, all things considered, the gear came out pretty well. So, thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next video. Bye. Whoa.